What's going on YouTube? It's X-Man1991. I am back with another video. I hope you guys had an incredible weekend as much as I did. This video rant is sponsorship by Doritos. We're not going to waste any more time. Let's get right into it. First, we're going to do a recap of this past Saturday's game between the LA Lakers and the Sacramento Kings. I don't even have to look up the scoreboard or anything because I know the scores by heart. Lakers lost by a point in the first quarter, 38-37. But they made a comeback, outscoring the Kings by a tress in the second quarter, 38-35. At halftime, the score was tied at 73. Both teams scored 36 points in the third quarter. After three, the score was still tied at 103. Lakers outscored the Kings by a deuce in the fourth quarter, 27-25. Final score, Los Angeles Lakers 136, Sacramento Kings 134. The Lakers are now on a 5-game winning streak. They're now 19-21 as the Kings fall 20-18. Can the Lakers win 6 in a row when they go against the Nuggets tonight in Denver? We just have to wait and see. Then they got the Mavericks on Thursday, the Kings on Sunday, and Martin Luther King Day taking on my Rockets. The player of the game was none other than LeBron James, with 37 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Thomas Bryant needed 10 assists to go with a triple-double. What is with Thomas Bryant not making no assists? He had, 27 points, 29 points, and 14 rebounds? Russell Westbrook needed 5 more rebounds to go with a triple-double. 23 points, 5 rebounds, and 15 assists. And Sacramento Kings, Domantas Sabonis needed 3 more assists to go with a triple-double. He had 25 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. Speaking of the Rockets, I'm not even going to hold the shirt up because the Rockets took another damn L to the Minnesota Timberwolves, 104-96. The Rockets have lost 30 games now. 30 games. What the hell has gotten into the Rockets? What are they doing? Yeah, they were leading by 9 in the first quarter, 33-24. Okay, fine. But then in the second quarter, they lost by 5 points. That's when I knew that the Rockets was going to take another L. I don't got nothing else to say about them. As for the Heat, they only lost by 1 point last night to the Brooklyn Nets, 102-101. The Nets are now 27-13 as the Heat fall 21-20. The player of the game was the man who was suspended indefinitely, Kyrie Irving, with 29 points, 1 rebound, and 6 assists. Nick Claxton needed 10 assists to go with a triple-double, 13 points, 11 rebounds. I got one more game to do a recap on. Give me a sec. Well, this is it, y'all. This is it. The regular season is over. Playoffs is right around the corner. Sadly, this team, for the third or second year in a row, has not made it to the playoffs. Last time they made it to the playoffs was 2020 when they went up against the Kansas City Chiefs and choked that 24-0 lead. One of the most embarrassment moments in the history of this franchise. And that was 2 weeks before Kobe Bryant's tragic death. So, and I will do a recap of this team's entire season next week. In the good words of my man Spitz 389. What's up, YouTube? Your boy back once again with another sports topic, and today we're going to talk some football. Houston Texans football. Before we do a recap of yesterday's regular NFL season finale between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans, a rematch from 9/11, like I mentioned in my last Texans videos, if you like my videos, if you like the content, make sure you share my videos on any social media platform that you use, and I'll be more than happy to share your videos. Follow me on social media. Links will be in the description. And as well, the links to the YouTube pages of Mike Henry, Maria and Olivia, Swaggy Reacts, Tyson, Master at Work, Alexa and Maria, and Spitz 389 will also be in the description. So now let's go ahead and do a recap of the Houston Texans versus the Indianapolis Colts. A rematch from 9/11. The Texans dominated the first half, outscoring the Colts by a tress in the first quarter, 10-7. Then they outscored them by a touchdown in the second quarter. At halftime, Texans 17, Colts 7. Texans gave up 2 touchdowns in the third quarter while scoring a touchdown. After 3, Texans 24, Colts 21. The Texans gave up 10 in the fourth quarter while scoring 8. But it was not enough, as they would take the victory, beating the Indianapolis Colts in their last game of the regular NFL season, 32-31. Sadly, the Texans, since they won, they did not get the first round pick. They got the second round pick of the 2023 NFL Draft. The team that got the first round pick was my dad's favorite team, the Chicago Bears. Texans ends their regular season with 3 wins, 13 losses, and 1 tie. And the Colts ends their season with 4 wins, 12 losses, and 1 tie. I got one more game to do a recap on, and before I do that, I got some breaking news. Lovie Smith has been fired last night as the Houston Texans head coach. We don't know who's going to be the new coach of the Texans next season, but we just have to wait and see. But I'm going to give my 2 cents on this whole thing once we do a recap of yesterday's game finale between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Oh, boy. Cowboys didn't score shit in the first quarter while giving up a touchdown. Both teams scored 6 apiece in the second quarter. At halftime, Commanders 13, Cowboys 6. Cowboys got crushed in the second half, didn't score anything in the third quarter while giving up a touchdown. After 3, Commanders 20, Cowboys 6. Cowboys didn't score shit in the fourth quarter while giving up 6. Final score: Washington Commanders 26, Dallas Cowboys 6. The Commanders ends their regular season with 8 wins, 8 losses, and 1 tie, while the Cowboys finish with 12 wins and 5 losses. Next Monday night, Martin Luther King Day, the Cowboys goes up against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the NFL wildcard round. If the Cowboys lose, if they win, they advance to the next round of the playoffs. But if they lose, then their season is over. I give the Commanders credit because they came to play. But what the hell happened to the Cowboys? I thought they were going to be able to win this. But I guess not. I guess they weren't prepared to win this game after they took a week off. It is what it is. Cowboys may have lost last night, but they're still going to the playoffs. I saw Yankee Messiah's video about the Cowboys losing to the Commanders last night, and I don't blame Yankee Messiah for being pissed that the Cowboys lost. I'm a little pissed that they lost, too. They weren't even ready. I thought they would pull this off, but the Commanders were just too damn strong, bro. That's all right, Cowboys. Just get your heads together and get yourselves ready for Martin Luther King Day as you go against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in the wild card round. And if you don't win this, then your season is over. As for the Texans, I'm very happy that they won their rematch against the Colts, barely, by a point. But the Texans still suck this season. But I will be talking more about this next week as I do a recap of the entire Texans 2022-2023 season. On how many games that they won, how many games that they lost. And let y'all know which games that they should have won, like their first game taking on the Colts, where they choked a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter, forcing the game to go to overtime and allowing the game to end in a draw. And that was against the Colts. Texans would have won that game. They did not choke that damn 17-point lead. So now with Lovie Smith gone, don't get me wrong, Lovie Smith I know is a good coach. Because I know he used to coach for the Chicago Bears. But him coaching the Texans this season was just terrible. That was worse than Romeo Crennel coaching for the Texans. As much as I hate Bill O'Brien's guts, I will admit that he was a better Texans coach than Romeo Crennel and Lovie Smith. The Texans have won, 6 AFC South Division titles? They have not won an AFC South Division championship since 2019. Let me look up the teams that's going to the playoffs. Congratulations to the Philadelphia Eagles, by the way. They are the 2023 NFC East Division champions. So here are the teams that are going to the playoffs. This Saturday we have the Seahawks versus the 49ers, the Chargers versus the Jaguars, the Dolphins versus the Bills. Also, shout out to Buffalo Bills safety Damar Hamlin. I know he's still in the hospital trying to recover after what happened to him last week. I'm just glad that he's alive and well. God is good. God definitely helped DeMar Rosen breathe on his own after what happened to him last week. That was completely unexpected. But it's sad that the Bills going to have to play without him. Sunday, Dolphins versus Bills, Giants versus Vikings, Ravens versus Bengals, Martin Luther King Day, Cowboys versus Buccaneers. The Super Bowl will be on Sunday, February 12th, 2023. And I won't be able to read y'all the rest of the games of the playoffs until next week. But that wraps up my recap of the Lakers versus the Kings, the Nets versus the Heat, the Timberwolves versus the Rockets, the Cowboys versus the Commanders, and the Texans versus the Colts. If you're new here, hit subscribe and hit that notification bell for my next Lakers, Rockets, Heat, Texans, and Cowboys rant. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Leave your comment down below. I think I'm going to do a food review when I come back after I upload this video. Y'all probably won't know what it is, but I'm going to review it. In the meantime, go Los Angeles Lakers, go Miami Heat, go Dallas Cowboys, and as always, go Houston Rockets, and go Houston Texans.